My name is Bill Manley. I'm the employment specialist for the Microelectronics Technology program at Portland Community College in the Rock Creek campus. I have the privilege of helping students find jobs either as interns while they're a student at one of the local semiconductor companies. I work with about 15 different companies locally, and Intel is my biggest company that I work with, and inform the students about the positions that are available at these different companies and how to apply and furnish that information to the students, and then help them prepare their resumes and prepare their interviewing skills and knowing what to expect in the interview. This is a very rewarding job that I have. I really enjoy working with the students. This is just one of the services that PCC and the Microelectronics Technology program provides for students. They also provide tutoring. They have, all of the instructors have extensive experience in the semiconductor industry. We have good laboratories with some of the actual equipment that's used in the semiconductor industry. So our curriculum is governed by not only the faculty, but by the input from the companies that we meet quarterly. So I encourage you to consider enrolling in the Microelectronics Technology program.
Hi, my name is Ayub Nur. I found out about this program through various friends who either completed it a long time ago and just recently, as if 2 years ago. What attracted me to the program was just the opportunities. I know a lot of people who finished it and wanted to not waste too much time and just kind of start things up with my life. Everybody's really nice, really open. You don't feel ashamed of not knowing anything or just feeling a little behind. Everybody's super kind. The teachers are really amazing. Give it a try. I mean, there are a lot of intro classes that I think will, if you're very nervous, will cover a lot of the questions that you have.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Dalila, and I just graduated from early college and finished the MT program. I really like about the MT program that it allows you to get a degree that opens the door for amazing opportunities. And at least in Oregon, since we have such a booming semiconductor industry, it allows you to get a good paying job with not as much investment as something like a 4-year degree. I like most about MT how supportive the faculty is. Right now, as I'm finishing the MT program, I'm applying for jobs, and a lot of the people I know in the MT program either work in the industry or have connections in the industry, and they're able to introduce you to people who are able to get you working starting in the industry. And I find that really good because you get sort of a head start, and it's really helpful. I also recently started tutoring, and I find that it's really rewarding because I feel like I'm able to help the next generation of MT students. And whenever I'm tutoring someone and they finally understand something and they're able to show it to everyone else, I feel really proud and like I'm able to make a difference in my community. In the program, there's so much support for that. We have an interview class that we take that teaches us different questions they may ask, as well as different things that you need to prepare for the interview. And I really feel like that's helped me out to interview for a bunch of different places. And so after receiving my associate's degree after graduating in June, I've been applying to a lot of different companies and have gone through a bunch of rounds of interviews. But just an hour ago, I recently heard back from Applied Materials, and I'll be starting there as a customer service engineer in the early September of this year.
Hi, I'm Meixuan Wu. I come from China, and I'm an international student who is studying here, and it's my first year in the MT program. And I really like the MT program and the professors here. All the classes and all the students here, and also the professors, they're all very supportive and skillful and experienced. and I look it up on the PCC website, and I find it is a really fascinating program. Because actually, I finished my 4-year university and got my bachelor degree in China, but my major was sociology. And after I study here, I feel like all the classes here are really interesting and are really helpful. I never learned electricity or physics before, so I kind of lack of the knowledge about this. But after doing all the lab and after get help by the instructors and professor, I learned a lot from the lab and also the classes.
I'm Michael Sato, an MT student in my third term at PCC. I'm currently also a tutor for the digital electronics classes, which has been a lot of fun. I started my internship at Intel. I found out about the program because I was originally studying computer science, but I wanted something that was more hands-on but still related to electronics and computers. And so I found the program at PCC, which was perfect for me. I got into it not really knowing what to expect, but I've enjoyed it a lot so far. I really like the interconnectedness of the NT program. At Intel, I have coworkers who have asked me about my experience here, and they've had the same professors that I did like 17 years ago. Something I would recommend to a new student is that everything is a lot easier than it seems when it comes to the program and to the internship. It's not as intimidating as I first thought. There's always going to be someone or multiple people to help you out.
My name's Keegan Gallardo, and I'm a second-year student of MT. So what attracted me to the microelectronics technology program was hearing firsthand from coworkers at Intel that this program really helped them with their journey in the Oregon tech ecosystem. And at first glance, I could tell that the class subjects were going to be relevant to what was going on inside of the factory. These companies are known worldwide for being first-class employers with full benefits and dynamic leadership. So after I heard that the job placement rate for graduates was 100%, I knew that the skills were going to be applicable and really valuable. So the semiconductor industry in Oregon and the Northwest is a really big player in the global industry. And that itself, the semiconductor industry, is really valuable to the broader economy. So the job market's really vast. It's resilient, and there's a lot of links to different companies and different positions in the field. So what I like about the program is, first of all, I have a compressed work week, and they allow me to choose like my classes around my work schedule. So that's one thing I've really liked about it. The hands-on physical labs have been really beneficial as well. I appreciate it that the professors have a lot of extensive industry experience, so they blend physical labs with the online resources that PCC has really well. The foundation is pretty well laid in the classroom, and we build on the basics in a really orderly fashion. And I'm coming from no previous experience in electronics, so I was able to grasp like the fundamentals and layer on theory and practical applications from that. So after my first year, I've noticed a lot more of the processes and guidelines in the factory are making more sense to me. And the operations of the clean room wasn't as mysterious to me. So as my knowledge base grew, so. I've been at Intel just over 12 months, so I've been there 14 months. I started last June. In the industry, I mean, there's a skills gap, and they really need more talent. So the sector is growing really fast, and so over the next year, there's going to be a lot more demand for these types of for these jobs.
My name is Justin Thompson, and I'm going into my second year into the microelectronics program at PCC, and I found out about this program via the career college guidance courses that were offered over the summer in 2022, and that allowed for me to get into this program, which has taught me all sorts of things that I didn't know that I had the ability to comprehend. I didn't think I'd be able to understand the oscilloscopes and the multimeters and all the crazy equipment that they use. But over the course of this past year, I've been able to comprehend all that, understand the voltages and resistance going through certain systems regarding different pieces of electronics, and it has actually allowed me to gain a internship at Intel, which has been very formative for my understanding so far of microelectronics, and I'm very excited for my second year as well.
My name is James. I am a first-year student in the Microelectronics Technology program here at PCC. It's actually my 4th week in the program. I found this program online. I'm passionate about it because I used to be a software development coding sort of guy. This gives me an opportunity to use my math skills in a much more hands-on way, in a much more teamwork-focused way, in interesting and engaging labs. Overall, I think this program is a great track towards a high-paying career in a very interesting field here in Hillsborough. So I would encourage anyone who's interested to give it a try for a term and talk with the extremely supportive, helpful staff like Bill Manley here at PCC.
Hello, my name is Abdi Bashir, and I'm just finishing up my first year in the MT program.
I'm Dorina Corna, and I'm Abdi's instructor in the electronics courses. Now in the summer, he's taking with me the last few classes of analog electronics. You, I believe, finished the digital in the spring. Is that right?
Correct.
So, Abdi, can you tell me about your experience of, first of all, how did you find out about microelectronics?
So I was taking a physics class towards my computer science route, and Gabriel, who happened to be in the same physics class, actually told me to take the microelectronics program instead. And that's how I found out about the microelectronics program. I really wasn't too sure, but once I got into the program, all the instructors were supportive. I learned a lot of new concepts, and overall, it's been a blessing to be in the MT program.
And why were you taking physics at PCC?
Well, the physics class was needed in order to get the computer science associate's degree and also general ed. So I took the physics class not knowing what I wanted to do, but Gabriel ended up convincing me towards the end of the winter term to take the MT program, and I ended up doing it, and it's been great ever since.
That's very nice to know that our students and our graduates are convincing the prospective students to enroll in microelectronics. Thank you, Gabriel. But wasn't the physics class also a requirement for your high school diploma?
Yeah, so that was also a great opportunity as well. That physics class went towards my MT program, so it was a win-win at the end of the day.
And when did you finish high school, the high school program?
I just recently finished high school, graduated in June, so I'm looking forward to the second year of MT program and hopefully more to come.
Congratulations on your high school graduation. And can you share with us what was the most important accomplishment that followed your high school graduation? What happened?
I recently got a job at Intel. I've always wanted to be in the fabrication plant, and through Darina and some of the MT students, I ended up landing a job at Intel, and that was a great opportunity in itself, and hopefully after I graduate, even get a better opportunity to be at any semiconductor company.
That's quite an accomplishment, to finish high school and to get hired just 2 weeks after that, and to continue on for one more year in the MT program and earn your AAS degree. That's fantastic. I'm very, very proud of you, as I'm proud of all my students.
Thank you so much.
So these are a couple of the projects that we've worked on through the MT program. This one here is the digital clock, which we do in Digital Electronics 2. And this is the power supply, which we worked on in Analog Electronics MT 113. this project we worked on soldering components to a printed circuit board, as well as we 3D printed the outside casing. And so we can use these two projects together from two different classes to run each other. On the digital clock, there's the 555 timer, which we can use to create a square wave. Previously, during the labs, we would use the function generators, but now with the timer, we can run it by itself. I had a lot of fun building these projects. This is one of the ones that I came in on my days off to work on for a few hours. This is one that I had multiple drafts of because I wanted the wiring to be better. Mine's not as good as the one over here, but originally mine was all over the place, but it's satisfying to see it all come together in a concise package.